Well, this is a sort of box opening. I've already opened it already, but let's look. This is from Harmony House. They sell dehydrated things, including TVP, textured vegetable protein. Okay, here's a little catalog. We've got all kinds of things in there. Here's a little rehydration guide. In fact, tells you we're going to be working with flavored plant-based protein, and it takes 5 to 10 minutes to soak. Plant-based protein. Wait a second. Simmer for 5 to 10 minutes, or soak for 30 minutes. Okay, that's longer than I thought it would be. We've got a $10 off on your $50 order. We've got a just for you. We could go to the deluxe sampler. This is a small sampler. And this has just about everything in it, a bunch of stuff, okay? It's funny, these QR codes I tried to get to work and they don't work. I don't know what the problem is. So, we had some packing in here, but I took that out. So, flavored plant-based protein sampler, meat-free. So the idea behind this is soy protein. They used to call it TVP, which is texture vegetable protein. Now they can say it's plant-based protein. Sounds much more hip this way. So we've got 6 different flavors. We have a chorizo. We have a chicken. They're all the same size, more or less. Bacon flavored bits. Ooh, taco flavored bits. Sausage flavored crumbles. And beef flavored bits. Now, I'm not a vegetarian. So what am I doing with this? I'm doing with this, this is a source of protein that kind of sort of lasts forever. Maybe once you open it and the air gets into it, maybe you could repackage it, throw a oxygen moisture absorber in there. I mean, these are small packets, so it's not going to take long to go through these. I think we're going to try this one first. But the idea is here you have a source of protein. If you were a through hiker, or emergency food supply or something, you could take this according to what they said, and some people do this already with dehydrated foods. You would put it in a container with water, put it back on your pack, and you walk the half an hour or however long it's going to take, and everything's rehydrated. Then it's just up to you to cook it, heat it up to make it taste both yummy and warm. Let's see what we've got in here. We've got only 80 calories, protein 7 grams, and fiber 13%. Now that's in a quarter cup. So this is a cup serving, this package. So a quarter of a cup. So we're going to give it a try, see what we think. So there's approximately a quarter of a cup. I tried some of these dry, and they don't seem like they have much spices in them. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out. We've put in twice the volume in water, and we're going to wait a half an hour. It's supposed to approximately double in size. So here's our finished result. The crumbles or bits or whatever they're called did double in size. Now, I noticed when I was soaking it that the water started to turn brownish, so I thought, I don't want to throw that water away in case there's some of the flavoring in that where the flavoring seemed kind of weak. So I put that in a pan, for the last 10 minutes. So 20 minutes soak, 10 minutes in the pan, and I evaporated away most of that water before I pan scrambled my eggs. The moment of truth. Messy. Well, there is a mild sausage taste. Let's try one separate. Very mild. So that could be good news or bad news. If you're using it primarily so you can taste sausage, it would be bad news, but this could be put in a lot of things, I think, and it wouldn't be noticed that it was sausage flavor. So why would you do this? It's light. Certainly not the cheapest thing in the world, but we've got in a serving, besides, of course, adding to the eggs, we have 18% of our sodium, 350 milligrams. Dietary fiber is 13 grams and 7 grams of protein, and we only added 80 calories. So to me, again, if you do this overnight oats thing, you're hiking, you're out, whatever, throw that in early, and then the night before you put it in, an hour before you need it, say, and let that soak, and then you're going to cook it. So you have a good source of protein. Now, what's the controversy about this? Textured vegetable protein is usually what another names are soy. There was a period where they said, oh, soy is the best thing, you should be eating tons of it. And then they all of a sudden said, uh-oh, the protein in soy can mimic estrogen, and men shouldn't eat much of it. Well, now they've backed off a little, but they're kind of saying, well, to be safe, you shouldn't eat more than 50 grams of soybean protein a day. And they said the actual point where you would actually be doing some hormonal imbalance to your body would be eating an unbelievable amount of it. So, in moderation, it would be fine. But again, thinking of this for maybe your own MRE you're going to make, something you're going to, take out with you when you're hunting or something like that, or hiking. We'll try to put one together. The other thing is, I read that some people believe that you can't get non-GMO soybean products in the United States, because even if someone plants it, there's enough of the other soybeans around that you got a huge farm. If you're growing this huge tract of land, the guy next to you might be growing it. So in that pollination, it turns the non-GMO soybeans into GMO soybeans. So now that soybeans have got a bad rap, we see a lot of people switching to pea-based protein. So kind of the same thing, except they use pea. They extract that protein out of it without, hopefully, extracting a lot of the taste of the pea. Then it can be put in other things. Usually when you have these, the newer anyway, plant-based burgers, their primary way that they get protein into it is pea protein. Oh, kind of falling apart. It's interesting about pea protein is bread helped fuel the Industrial Revolution. In England, bread allowed large cities to be formed. People would eat a lot of bread, and maybe mostly bread. But if you looked at the serving size of bread today versus back then, you would say, that's a crazy amount of bread. Well, poor people get the poor bread, supposedly, that hasn't had all the impurities taken out of it. The more money you had, the whiter you wanted your bread. So the poor people are down here with, kind of more like a whole wheat thing, but actually has particles of the millstones in it that they use to grind. And they would sometimes, to make this flour stretch more, they would incorporate peas. So this thing that the poor people were eating was more nutritious than the bread that the rich people were eating. But of course, the rich people were eating all kinds of meat and stuff too, so they didn't have to worry about it. But it's just interesting. They even made bread for horses. They would cook it up, and you'd have this, I guess, loaf or brick or whatever, and you'd feed it to your horse. So, I guess that's it.